that? What's going on, man?
Oh, that door keeps hitting. I gotta put this propane bottle back up. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna do a little bit of body work with a little more fill on this side of the truck. I think the other side's good on the driver's side. Yeah. Watch what I'm doing. I'll go get some mud, I'll mix it up, and then I'll lay it on there and you guys can take a look, see how I do it. So, yeah. Pretty dark in here. I think I'm going to take this outside here. Yeah, no, I got it. I'll just take it out here. Put it on this table. I'll go get the spreader. Start with this spreader, and then I'll use the hard spreader to do the nice wide spread, just to make sure the rocker's nice and straight. And mix some mud. And one good one. A little bit more. Always make a line straight across like that, and you're good to go. That'll be enough body fill hardener. Close the cover, we don't get no crap in there. And when you stir it, you always want to spin it around. You can get it really good. Make sure all that hardener is mixed up really nice. You miss a spot in there, and then it's definitely an issue later.
Almost like whipping up patty.
Yep, whip her up. Whip her patty.
Get her powder, let's get out of here.
Yep. Gotta get this cleaned up here. I thought for sure yesterday I would have been done, but that didn't happen.
So it looks like we might have a part 4.
Might have a part 4, yep. Hoping for the part 3, but it is what it is. Do what you gotta do.
Well, part 3's today, so.
Yep. Well, I'll grab this, bring this one along. We'll do this one here real quick. When you do the inside here, this thing is, use the back of your spreader, and then just do a backfill like this. Just enough to get it in there. Wipe it off. Do one spread all the way up. And there you go. And then we'll do the front. Just enough to get it glazed in there. A little bit on the bottom. Like this. That'll do the job. And then we'll put a little bit more up here. This one will have to go this way. One down. Here we go. We'll leave that alone. Then we're going to do this bottom here. And the way that works, you spread it on, then you spread it a little bit.
Fucking train?
Yeah, train's noisy. The beauty of living by the tracks, eh? We'll just do a spread on this like that, just enough to get it all the way through. And then after we're done with that, we'll come back with the other spreader and level it out. Ah, this wind. Oh, it's happening. You can tell when you fill it, you can see what's going on. So you always put your fingers like this, and it gets a nice curve on there, so that way you're not short. If you don't do that, you'll be coming back a couple times. the way to do it. For me, anyway.
I laid her down good the first time.
Yeah. Less problems down the road.
Instead of fucking sanding multiple times for nothing.
Yeah. This one here, we'll just do a back spread like that. Get her nice and smooth back here. I'll just do this, like that, and that'll be it for that one. Kind of go across here, take that off. Okay, now we got enough body fill to do what we need to do. The corner here, we can't use that spreader, so we're gonna have to go with this. A little more. Get a nice, even spread on there. There we go. Now we can leave it at that for a minute. We'll put this in the shade so it doesn't dry. Then we'll come back and do one spread down. Just like that. And always keep the weight to the left side that you're going on. Do not put any weight to the right. Because if you do that, you're not going to get it right. If you do it this way, it works really good. Does a nice job. Definitely nice enough for rock guard. Keep going on the spread. Make sure you hit the top enough so you don't have to come back and fix the top. Yeah, just like that. Almost there. There we go. Oh, a couple bad ones in there. There. Now we're done with that panel. We're going to take this off here. Put it back on here. Do what we got to do here. So, same thing here. We're going to start from the inside. Do the final touch on this one. Just like that. Go light all the way around. And leave it at that. Oh, need a little bit more there. There we go. Then we'll do this side. Always try to just do a spread on it first. And then go upwards on this one. There, that'll work. That'll do the job. And then we'll do a tight spread on this one here. We don't want to get out of control here, but oh, wind's picking up. Wind's picking up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe this down, get a clean one, come back and finish that off. So, some more body fill. But if you look back at that rocker, you can tell it just needs a good sanding, and that's about it. Yeah, that's getting noisy. Sorry about the noise. I guess we don't have much choice with that one. Okay, we'll do one more spread. So I'm going to need just one of these. Always put the lid back on. Like I said, it's a smaller load, so we're going to go a little bit less right there. That'll be enough. We got 2 scoops and then make a full line.
You want to mix it good so you can really activate the heart.
Oh yeah, that's got to be good. Yeah. Yeah, you rather mix it, an extra 30 seconds, and then you don't have to worry about it. Because if you miss anything in there, it won't dry. Very important. Nothing wrong with body fill. You just got to make sure you mix it right. But I use it just for finishing. I don't use it for the main structural. I usually do my metal, and then I do my Duraglass movie fiber. And then after I'm done with that, then I put this on for a smooth finish. Okay, we'll get this done here. We have to stay a little bit on the low side, so we want to spread the bottom. Push a little bit on top. Just like that. Go a couple times, it'll smoothen out. Don't worry about that bottom edge right now. Just get it all in there. Just like that, on the tire. Things that happen, I guess. If you go back, you'll see a bit of a metal spot here. We're just going to do a bit of a thicker glaze on that one. So that way we can cover it up and sand it out. Just about there. There's the spot. We're going to hit that right there like that. Now we've got a nice straight spot. There we go. Now this we can clean off here. Yep. We'll just let it dry like that. Make sure you hit that edge all the way around. So it's got some kind of a line there to work with. There we go. And then we'll hit one more spot over here. I don't think I got enough on this one. We'll just do a little bit more. Okay, that should be good. Clean this down and let it dry. Then I will start sanding the driver's side. Take some of this off here so we don't have to work with that after. Let's drag. Boy, that wind. Always windy. I usually use gun wash to wash these out. Have a little container and I put the gun wash in there. Just throw the spreader in there and it cleans it really good. Spreader should last you a long time anyway. It should never go that bad. But yeah, we'll let this dry and we'll take a break and then we'll come back and then I'll get Mike, my son, there to turn the video back on as I'm sanding the body fill. And then once we're done with that, and then we'll get ready for the rock guard taping and stuff. Okay, that's it.
Dad, is there straps for the calves?
How far are you getting?
Hey, Dad, how do you doing?
Good. Just got to do a little more trimming and stuff like that, and then I think I got 2 little tiny spots to hit. After that, I should be okay, and then I'll have to get this the old rock guard sanded down. Once we get that rock guard sanded down, and then we can start doing taping and paper and.
Kind of want to show the people like what you kind of been doing, I guess.
Yeah, I've been doing all the edging and all the edging underneath the rockers. This stuff here. See where the body line is here? I just got to smooth these edges out. Same thing on this side. Once I get all that done, I'm going to be pretty good on the inside. It's good enough for this. And then, yeah, get that done. Well, I'll just keep sanding here.
Coming along pretty good.
Yeah, same thing. This side's sanded, but I think I pretty much got away with this one. I just got that little patch to put in the door.
Yeah, this was all rusty. Now it's
it's all cleaned up.
Now it's all
I
cleaned
just
up.
got to go right underneath though and do that edge really nice. And then there's a sealer going underneath the crack between the new metal. There's a sealer going underneath there. It's weather sealer.
Okay.
And that's going to go like a drip check, and it's going to go all the way through. And I'll put that on right before I do the rock guard.
And yeah, these, for anyone that hasn't seen the other videos, basically everything was rusted right out, completely rusted out. Dad threw in new galvanized metal. I believe it's 20 gauge, eh?
I went 18 gauge.
18 gauge? Yeah, 18 gauge.
Some was 20, some was 20 gauge, some was 18 gauge. I just I double plated it on the bottom of the rocker, so it's
solid.
double that.
It's very solid.
Yeah, there's no way.
Rust was all cut out.
And I did use steel rivets to lock it up in there. So there's a new L-shaped trim that's 20 gauge, and it was sitting on the back side, and that was all riveted in there after I did the cleanup, so I could actually mount the new rocker onto it. So once I'd done all that, it was easier to work with, and it lined up pretty good. I didn't have to put much fill on it. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad at all. Now we'll still have to sand the bumpers down and get the rest of the body there on the bottom sanded. But that shouldn't take too long, probably about an hour.
Should we get painted tonight?
I got the edges all nice in here, everything's smooth, really nice and edged, all ready to go. I got a little tiny spot just like this. I got to hit that real quick. And then clean the corners, same thing on this side.
Yeah, you can tell these are low spots right here. So
just a little chip line in there, but nothing to worry about. And when this is all done, I got to take this tape off, and I'm going to bring it up just very lightly above that line so I can scotch pad the edge. So I'm not getting scratchy or nothing like that. So I'll do the same with the front. I think it'll be good after that.
And then have that perfect line all the way throughout. And apply all the rock art as the customer wanted.
It's very windy right now, so it's really not helping us. The wind is really hard on the eyes when you're sanding. I had to lay down on the ground and do that. So, but I do have one skim of Duraglass to put underneath this rocker, just to do the sealer.
Right over here?
Yeah, right underneath. Okay. So if you look right underneath, I got to clean this edge, and you see that line there? The Duraglass goes over that, it seals it in there, and then I just run a real light coat, and then that'll be a light sand, and then the rock guard will go on. So it's not like you're looking at it. As long as you got it sealed, it'll be fine. It'll look good.
Awesome. So we're getting close.
It's a lot of steps, but yeah, it's getting close. But I mean, if you don't seal it right with the body fill, and you miss spots, or you don't clean the edges good enough, it's probably not going to last more than a year. That's that important. If you don't seal it, cap it off really nice and tight. As long as you got no pinholes on the edges or chips anywhere, everything should be really good.
Yeah, there's two ways of doing it. You could do a crummy job and just throw metal in and spray it.
So what I usually do with the rock guard is I actually just put a coat on the filler marks that I've done. I'll put one coat on that when everything's ready, and then after that's done, I'll let it flash for about 15 minutes, and then I'll do the whole bottom of the truck with the rock guard. That way it'll soak up whatever needs to be soaked up, and then you won't get any dry spots. But I have to wait till the wind kind of calms down a little bit because it's a little windy.
Yeah, hopefully it'll die down by the evening here.
This one here, I'm hoping just enough to pop the edge up a little bit. I can't do much because the lights are in there, but I just want to get underneath there just a little bit so I can get a new paint, just so I can get that edge a little bit. But I don't think that'd be too bad. Even if I just put a fat screwdriver and lift it up just a tad, because usually when you take those off, the clips don't walk around anymore as good, and you end up putting like epoxy underneath there and pushing it down. So the best thing to do is, I don't want to go through that because that's probably $80 material right there. So don't want to do that. Just want to make sure everything's cleaned up. Yeah, it's coming along pretty good. I'm going to make a little more fill work here. A couple light spots, but not bad. Everything's coming along pretty good. I do have to patch that door on the other side though, so I'll go do that real quick. The reason why I didn't do that right away is because once you open that epoxy tube, you only have so much time. So why waste it? I'm going to use it at the same time I put the sealer on the back side of the rocker at the bottom. So if I don't do that, then that tube is going to waste, and that's $40. So I'm going to do it right when I'm ready. I patch a little hole mark in the door with the metal because I need that epoxy to do that job. And then that'll be the only spot to prep right before we do the rock guard. So I'm going to keep moving here. Everything's pretty good on that. I got to clean between the gap on the rocker here a little bit. So I got a tool for that. I'm going to get that cleaned out. And then I can sand the edges on there really good. But yeah, going along pretty good.
Back base here a bit.
Yeah.
Hey, knock at her again, eh?
Yeah, just doing the final stop here.
Coming along pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been there. Okay, done with that one. I'm just gonna put the sealer on the back side of that rocker underneath. This side's already done on that one. I do have to yeah, I just get that little patch that I made on the door there, so once it cures off I can grind it, put a bit of Duraglass on that, and that'll be it for that. So while that's curing, I can sand this spot here on the fender. Get that sand down.
Metal and
Seam sealer underneath.
glass that. Got some sealer in there right now. Stop that rust. Gonna put some beer glass on it. That'll be a smooth edge. And Dad, when you're sanding, you always go crisscross, right?
Yeah, well, it's a big area anyway.
Big area.
Smaller ones, not too bad, but you just got to know how far to take it.
But you got a lot of experience.
Yeah, well,
How long have you been doing this?
35 some.
35 plus years. Man. Pretty much work with anything. The guy doesn't even have a welder, man.
Well, gotta make it look better anyway. We're getting close here. Let the paper do the work. Try not to put too much pressure on there, because that's how you end up too low. Cut up a little bit this way. A little bit more. This is 80 grit, so I gotta go back over it with some 180, and then I'll take 220.
Explain to the viewers that, like 80 grit, it cuts.
Well, it's a little rougher. There's 36, 60, 80, and then 120, 160, 180. You know, it goes up in numbers, but the higher the number, the finer the paper.
Finer the
So,
paper, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just to cut the roughness, and then
Just enough to cut it down. Like I said, as soon as you start getting the cloud effect, that means you're there.
yeah, you don't want to go too low because then you'll have to add more body.
Yeah.
Which a lot of guys don't.
His body feel, it shrinks for a bit. It does shrink for a little bit, but I think we'll be okay here. Whew.
It's windy.
The wind's terrible. Now go really, really light. There we go. We're done. That's it for that one.
Looks awesome.
That's good to go.
Obviously, this hole has to get sanded down. And whatnot,
Yeah.
right along this whole edge.
All the doors.
But I mean, that's a quick, nice, easy stuff. It's orbital there. He has orbital one.
Yep. I got another spot to sand here. So when you do this spot, you stay on it just for a couple seconds. And then once you get far enough, angle it just a little bit. A little bit of an angle, go light. Just enough to fill that mark. And then go back this way. And that'll be it for that.
I mean, the customer wanted rock guard on this done. He
Yeah.
just wants something durable, and I mean,
I do have to sand the back of that rocker there a little bit, but I gotta let it dry a bit. And then once that's sanded down there, we'll be pretty close to just doing the orbital sanding. Coming along pretty good. Whew.
pretty close to the final sand.
Yeah, really dusty though. A lot of wind today. Really, yeah, really not helping. Especially if you're laying on the ground underneath the rocker there and you're sanding, everything's coming at you. So yeah, that's the bad part about that rocker stuff.
Good old safety first, eh?
Yeah. I had to put my glasses on actually just to do that part because it was just too much. The wind's blowing around everywhere. But I'm going to sand that corner down just in a bit here. I think I'm going to go on this other side. I should be able to sand that with this new one. Yeah, I'm going to take that one. I'm going to sand the back corner of that cab. We'll do this back corner of the cab here. Make it real smooth. Everything else is ready. Just got to do this back piece here. See how you got a bit of a bump there? So once I sand it, just go flat with your hand. Try to stay at a 45. It'll show you when you get low enough. You just got to keep working it. It's not the easiest spot. Oh, get it there. Just keep sanding. So the trick to it is just sand it till that dark mark between there disappears. That means you got all of it. So if you don't get that, if it's like in the middle here, it's good. You just got to get it all out. Yep. Just keep sanding away. Okay, the top's good. A little more on the bottom. Really hard to do pressure there because it doesn't give you enough to get in there and cut. Always try to keep your hand as flat as possible because if you don't, you'll just put waves in there. And if you don't cut too hard, it'll keep it pretty straight. Yeah, it's looking pretty good there. A little more on the bottom. Okay, we're good. That part's done. I did open this one door. I did do the sealer in there, so that just got to put the I just got to put the drip check in there, and it's a sealer that you run with your finger. You put it on before you rock guard. So I will be doing that in a couple minutes. Get that finished off, and yeah, just gotta wait for that little plate to dry off a little more, and then I can put a little bit of Duraglass on there. Don't want to put body fill because body fill is not going to seal it, but Duraglass will seal it. So yeah, getting really close here. I really getting excited to get to that good part. But you know, if you don't clean the corners and do all that stuff, it doesn't look as good. So you do have to spend the extra time to do it, because if you don't.
So once you're done sanding everything down, what do you do after that exactly?
Just blow it all off, and then start doing the masking. Get the masking on there. Actually, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to start sanding right now and get some of these fenders cleaned up. That shouldn't take too long. So I will start sanding. Get some of this cut down. We don't have to take the rough completely out of it because we are going to chip guard again, so it'll be like that orange peel effect. That's just the way it goes. But we got to get most of it down.
It was previously rock art.
Yeah, it just wasn't done right.
Yeah.
So the edges I'm going to have to clean up afterwards, but I usually do those by hand because if I try to do it with the machine, I'm going to go too far up. So I'll stick with the machine for the bottom.
Just taping along, eh?
Yep. So I'll just go straight down here.
These are gonna be your body lines, basically.
Yeah. Get the odd little marks like that, you just touch them up. Tape's a little wide, but it works. Let's see here. This is what you do when you got wider tape.
Yeah, you make it work, eh?
You got to make it work, yeah. And then you take this here. Don't go heavy on the blade, just enough to cut the tape.
Just making that perfect line.
Yep. This one always goes straight through. Just doing this because I got to open the doors.
Would you give any anyone that's trying this as a newcomer? Would you give them any tips? The tape, I guess.
Yeah, the best thing is use a 1/4 inch tape.
1/4 inch.
So the fine line. If you use the fine line for your first time, it'll be a lot easier to move. It'll curve easier. This is wider tape, but I've done it for a long time, so I can still make it work. Chop this one off here. If you look up close, you can see where the old rock guard was. So now I gotta take 180 now and just cut over that to make it fade off before I do the rock guard. And then it'll work. Okay, well now I'm gonna go get some paper. Start doing some paperwork. This will work. Big enough for what we're doing.
Thank God that rain calmed down today.
Yeah. So the best thing is clean a spot on the vehicle. Grab tape on that long. Lay that there. Use your body like this. Alright, just like that. Just like that. Yeah. Good for that. Give it a little spot here. Always make sure you run your hand over that edge of that tape. Make sure it's sticking good. Just like that. That'll work. Another one. A little harder on these ones sometimes, so maybe we'll just make them shorter for you guys to make it easier on yourself. All right. Go there. There. Good there. Make a shorter one.
Half on the paper, half on
Yeah.
half and half.
As long as you got enough tape to grab. Not too bad. Now remember, we got to open these doors, right? So, you want to open that door, you just grab your paper, stick it between there if you want, make a line with your finger like that. It'll tell you where you're at. That'll work. I probably should grab a new blade.
Very dull.
Yeah. Truck, get one? Okay. Cut this up. Run your finger like this. And there. So if you're by yourself and there's nobody to help you, take a little piece, put it up here like that, bring it up where it looks pretty level. Right there, it'll work. Same thing with this side. There you go. Tack the corners up. This one you just push it right in like that. No. Taping it up right is really important because it costs a lot of money to wash it off. You don't want to do that. Just more time. If you guys end up doing a customer job or a friend, the best way to do it. Just make sure you tape it off good. For rock guard and paint, this is high enough. I don't need to go any higher because I'm spraying downwards. So I'm going to come up halfway, then I'm going to spray downwards. Then I'm not really hitting anything.
I think we'll finish off the taping and stuff, and we'll pick the video up when we're ready to spray.
Yeah, I'll finish the taping off, and we'll come back as soon as I got all the everything ready to go. So this is the stuff. This is rubberized rock guard. You can paint it. We're going to put a coat on the body fill right away, so we can let that cure off a little bit. Then we'll do a full coat. Okay. Now we'll do this one. All right, at this edge. Make sure you shake that can real good. Make sure we don't well, this is it. We got it all finished off. We got light coated black on there, and yep, that'll be it for this video. I'll take a walk around, see the rockers. Everything's new. All turned out really nice.